Hey. So I'm here, relaxing, and I see, something crossed my mind. Uh, a Nancy story. A Nancy story. But when this Nancy story crossed my mind, I remember some politician. Yes, I remember some politician when this Nancy story crossed my mind. And what should start with? Anyway, uh, I'm gonna start with mm, the pilot. No, the Nancy story. Let me start with Nancy story. So, now I'm gonna drink some water. Hold on. Mm. Oh gosh, my throat is dry. anywho. Never start with this Nancy story, right? But it's a real story, but Nancy story, real story, whatever. So, they had this woman, right? This woman, she had her husband, and she had I think it's 3 children. Anyway, 3, 4 children. Anyway, she had children. Anyway, so she there, right? Loyal to her husband and everything. Treated her husband nice. She's a very, very, well kept woman, them women always making sure the husband will look after the children or whatever. Very nice woman. Anyway, the husband, you know, they get some man, right? When they get his nice wife, they take them for granted or whatever, and then the about the place doing their own thing, anywho, we're telling you about this little Nancy story, right? So she continued taking care of her church, her husband, or whatever, Anywho, one day she visit her, I think her mom, yes, her mom house with the kids, and to spend the day. When she returned back home, the husband empty the old house. When she come home, it's an empty house. He got with the bed, he got with the stove, he got with everything. He emptied the house and got with another woman, right? Oh God. This woman holler. Not holler like a cat. You remember Nancy's story? Holler like a cat, holler like a cat. But she must be holler like a cat. Anyway, she holler. So neighbors run over because neighbors thought somebody, dead or something. So neighbors run over, going to see if she's a children and the house empty. Anyways, so the neighbor who bring a little stove, who bring this and whatever. Anywho, so she had to raise these children. He gone, empty the house, gone with some other woman in jail. She had to raise these children on, on her own. So she worked. She was a very educated woman. But listen, when you gotta raise your children, any work is do. She scrub who pot, scrub who floor, she scrub press who clothes, whatever. But she makes sure she educate her children. One them turning to be a lawyer, one turn to be a doctor. She put in that, she give up, she life for her children, and she put in that is her children. Anyway, this Nancy story goes so long. Anywho, why the story make her remind me, not make her remind me of this politician. Anywho, the story ain't even finished yet. Anyhow, so she now raise these children are well educated, have good jobs or whatever. As I said before, one more job the children got. Anyway, now the children big in society and thing, and she living her life. The children do up the mother house lovely. I think because I think she mother died and leave the house, a little old house, so the children now do up the house nice and whatever. So now the children do up the house so nice and so she live in the grandchildren and everything. Now the father there now knock about himself, knock about all over sick. No, now he know he children. He sick. He done broke up sick, all kind of thing. Now he know he got children. You remember. So no, this body tells you, oh God, look at your father there. Oh God, is your father. Nobody didn't remember. Anyway, that's not it. Let me stay on program. Because I want music anyhow. So, the man now, the people them now, the people that telling the children, look at your father, whatever. Anyway, the children start feeling bad. Because remember, they living a big time life. And now the father knocking about himself. Now, the the children come to the mother. Mommy, I know what daddy did and whatever, but at the end of the day, it looking bad on we that, we are in this big society, living we life big and high, and daddy then knocking about the place like in your own and looking bad on we, and at the end of the day is we father. So the mother say, okay, I'm not telling you what to do. Is your father? Yes, but guess what? It's not me father. So yeah, lucky. And the mother said she just booked a flight. And she was out of the country because she said she now begin to live her life. Well, I talk all this story for come back. These politicians, some of these politicians, right? You put in so much work for them. You're there in a political party, whatever. You putting in enough work. Enough work you putting in, You pouring in the work. You dedicated. But guess what? They're treating you bad. They ain't seeing you, they ain't seeing you, they're treating you bad. Although they even would see you qualify and you plus you're putting in the work. You're putting in the work plus you qualify, right? And you putting in the work, but guess what? They ain't got time with you, They ain't got time with you. They're going to jump you, they're going to skip you, they're going to run to somebody else. You understand? This is what this story remind me of. Some politician. You understand? And then the running. Yeah, focus on the story you're talking about the politician. Anyway, so you there in this political party, you qualify and you're putting in the work, and these people overlook you. You understand? They get time with you, they're running all about the place and whatever. But then when they broke up, right, and whatever, then they want you. You understand? But guess what? Sometimes you don't move on. Like the woman say, you try there and catch flight and gone. You understand? You move on. And when you move on now, oh God, you're ungrateful. And why? So why is it somebody gotta start the life with you when you don't care about nobody? You don't care about them when they were with you? You understand? And giving you the all. You had no time. You ungrateful. You ain't got no thanks. You take these people for granted. These people. So when you don't play around and broke up and you think you need them, then you calling for them, or you think they're supposed to stick around. They're supposed to stick around with all you bad treatment. They're supposed to stick around with you, right? All the time with you. They must move on and look for betterment or whatever. They must just take and then you continue treating them, abusing them and using them. But you didn't know about them. So when they're gone, then you say, oh God. You understand? Anyway, this is a story. This is not the story I had to tell, because when I look at some of these things were going on around me, I just want to laugh. I just laugh, because when you get good people in your car, you have to treat them bad. You understand? When people qualify for certain, you can't get people putting in the work. You take them for granted. It's like you're using them. So the people must move on and look for betterment for themselves. Okay, all right, done. Anyways, there's a Nancy story I want to tell y'all about a politician in Guyana.